So this article from Raw Story points out that Fox News decided to dip its hand in the cookie jar again, with blaming pretty much pulling the same group of people to blame their own group of people. This time it's women against feminists. So a group of conservative women told Fox News on Tuesday that feminism was dangerous because it had sexualized women and made them afraid to be stay-at-home moms. They appearance on Fox and Friends to promote their new book, What Women Really Want. Hosts of the internet show Politichicks explained to host Anna Kooiman that liberal women were intolerant. They claim they're feminists, but what they actually are, they are sexualists. Politichicks editor-in-chief Anna Marie Morel opinion, it has nothing to do with empowering women anymore. We earn the right to vote. We have equality in the workplace, she continued. If we don't, we can fight that on a one-on-one basis. But everything they're about now is the kind of power it's kind of about from the head down. It has nothing to do with women's brains or their hearts. Kooiman suggested that the left was tolerant as long as you agree with them 100%. Women don't want to be objectified, and what the feminist movement has successfully done is really sexualize women instead of feminizing women. Politics host Dr. Gina Lorden asserted. So we're here with a new brand of feminism, saying drop the shackles of the old feminism. It's time for women who really want to be feminism, who want to be feminine, who want to be what God designed them to be. They claim that we put women back in the 50s where women stayed home and took care of the children, Morel added. I say that what they're doing, they're like cave women waiting for a caveman to bonk them on the head and drag them back in the cave by their hair. That's who they are. They're the ones putting us back in the Stone Ages. Politics host Morgan Brittany argued that the feminists has created a stigma that made women ashamed to stay at home with their children, and they want less government in their lives. She remarked, they want to make their own decisions. They want more freedom to choose for their children, their families. That's what women really want, and they want real men. Brittany insisted. We love real men. We absolutely love them. We want no more of this feminist politicizing our bodies and what happens in our bedrooms. Loudon concluded. That's what the feminist movement has successfully done, and we're here to battle back and say that we know what women really want. From Fox News, Fox and Friends broadcast September 2nd, 2014. And all I gotta say is, that's a load of bullshit. Today's battle is so much bullshit, it's not even funny. Okay. The only point I do agree with them here is going to be about sexualizing women, but I'm going to also disagree with them on how. So I think I'm going to start off with that point before we get into politics, about politics and religion. Sexualizing women. Women were sexualized because of media and psychology of men. Mainly in Hollywood as well. Hollywood, media, and all that. So, I mean, it's been around, and I mean, with the Holy Bible standards before that, with how they said that woman's nothing but a man's property, a man's bitch, and all that. The structure's already been set there, that mindset and all that, and pretty much men were pretty much treating women like shit and pretty much like property. And guess what? The whole sexualizing of women did not help it a bit. But feminism has helped it in a way of positively made women more comfortable with their bodies and made them feel like less shit. But the thing is, you're blaming the wrong group of people for this matter. Because feminism, what they did is they made the women more comfortable with their bodies. The media and Hollywood are the people at blame here for that. So if anything, you want to blame them, not feminism. And now we're going to go into politics now. We're going to actually go into the politics and religion parts. We're going to go with less government in their lives, and the left is intolerant. So you're saying that women want less government in their lives, and the left is intolerant of it. Intolerant about women, unless you agree with them 100%. Well, here's the thing. if I remember right, the left is pro-choice for women. That means give women a choice. Doesn't that sound like freedom? That is actually correct. And what I sent out of here is men. Well, not men. The right is completely wrong on this. The right is actually intolerant because look at the Texas legislator. Look at all the legislators following that passed similar laws like the Texas legislator that pretty much restricted abortions. Well, guess what happened? There's only like 4 or 5 abortions left in Texas now, and they're being massively picketed and protested to the point of being bullied to shut down. And guess what? And those abortions are in the east side of the state. So if I happen to be all the way to the far, far west point of Texas, guess what? I'm not going to be able to have a baby. Well, I either better keep my damn legs shut and better hope I don't have a kid, get pregnant, or else I'm going to have that kid. And it's going to get in more complicated matters like adoption or condom or anything like that. I'd rather not get into that. But you said you want less government in their lives and you want them to have more choices and stuff. How about you give a pro-choice instead of restricting women's rights? That's for one. But yet you right-wing idiots don't want to. So you guys are the ones that are intolerant, not the left. So going into a different matter now, stay-at-home moms and equality in the workplace and with voting rights. If you think voting rights and workplace equals feminism, no, that's not how it works. See, voting rights was definitely needed because, to be honest, that was a whole bullshit matter since the beginning of this country. But the equality with the workplace is a whole different matter. Workplace matter was a complete and utter different issue. Because guess what? To this day, women are still being sexually harassed in the workplace way more than men. Men are still being harassed. Well, let's not make it act like that women are always being sexually harassed. Men can also be sexually harassed too. But women are way more sexually harassed because of, let's be honest, sexualized women because of media and Hollywood for many, 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 many years. And guess what? It's still going on to this day. And equality in the workplace is also because of the pay gap. Because women are being paid about 80%, on an average, about 80% of the wages of men. Now, some businesses and some companies are actually doing one, and you know what? Good job for you. You're actually doing right. But there's some people who are not. You know what? Shame on you, especially Walmart. Well, so I had my sister who worked there. She worked as a cashier, and she was being paid, I think, about $1 less than her male colleague. She was being paid bare minimum wage at $7.25, and her male colleague was being paid $8. So there was some bullshit there. And my sister worked there about 2 years without a raise. And that's a lot of bullshit. And then stay-at-home moms, that whole issue matters with Reagan ever since the 80s. It's not because of feminism, it's because of politics. Politics mainly with Reagan, with the tax cuts, with the trade deals and all that, gutted the economy, gutted the jobs, and that's where our whole economy just collapsed. Our job economy as well collapsed. And because of it, we really went for a spiral of complete and utter disaster. Because of that, stay-at-home moms was not a really much of a choice anymore. Pretty much both parents had to work. And I talked with my mother about that from the 80s, since I was not born in the 80s. I talked with my mom, and my mom told me, yeah, that's how it pretty much worked. Reagan cut the taxes, send the jobs overseas, and the jobs went, pew. That's what happened. But yeah, a lot of people still praise Reagan to the end of the days. I don't know why, but still do. And any president after that who still supported Reagan's tax cuts and still bullshitted around with it and didn't roll it back still deserves equal blame for that too. So, or didn't dare to raise the minimum wage at all. So, well, to the point of a livable wage after that bullshit. So, and then we're going to get to our final point. God designed them to be in gender roles. This also goes with stay-at-home moms as well. God designed them to be. If you want to really go with that point, you four ladies that sat on that couch, you better get off the couch, go get in my kitchen, and better go make me a sandwich, because that's pretty much what you're saying right there. And also, you better get in my bed and pretty much lie on your backs and pretty much take it like a good little girl. That's pretty much what you're saying too. Because, as I mentioned earlier in the video as well, in the Bible, pretty much God referred women as a man's property or a man's bitch. Pretty much the Bible verses were pretty much on the lines of that a woman cannot speak above a man, a woman cannot assert dominance above a man, that a woman had to be silent when a man told her to shut up and all that. Pretty much, she was pretty much a slave to a man. That's what happened. And then I think there was even a few verses that also talk about arranged marriages, and it's just some weird, freaky shit. So I mean, it was a dehumanizing book. And luckily for feminism, gender roles came in and debunked that shit. Debunked it to hell. You know what? Good for that. Feminism actually did. Because it said, because the whole stay-at-home mom thing was not because of feminism, it was because of Reagan's tax cuts and stuff like that. But the gender roles also added in, hey, you can also work. Dads can also work, can stay at home and take care of the kids, while the moms can go out and work. It pretty much flipped the gender roles, or else broke the gender roles, where pretty much both parents can work, or one of the parents can work, and blah, 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 blah. And pretty much made it more comfortable. The whole gender roles thing is pretty much that. It eliminated gender roles. Now I understand that some gender roles still need to still needs the mix there. Like some jobs might prefer more for women than men. Let's be honest a little bit. Right, certain criteria and stuff. But we still need to make it equal for men and women. Like pay-wise, job opportunity, all that kind of stuff. So, but I think that's going to probably wrap up the video. So, I mean, to these four women, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Honestly, if you're going to sit here and say that women should be pretty much nothing but a man's bitch, and that liberals are pretty much trying to drag us back into the Stone Age, no, you're the people who are trying to drag us back into the 50s and trying to make women nothing but a man's bitch. And you're trying to, and I'm not even sure where you're trying to drag us past the whole 50s rhetoric. I'm not even sure where you want to take us back past that point. So, I mean, if you really want to talk about feminism, learn your facts before you spout shit. Literally. Learn your facts. Literally. You might want to, especially if you want to put the Holy Bible into it.